What we're going to do tonight, we're going to explain a little bit about the typical Taurus, what they like, who they like. Then we're going to connect to what we need to do different this month, and the forecast of what's going to happen in the next 30 days. We're going to give you the letter, and then we're going to get into meditation. And we see when we're doing what, okay? So stay with me. If I'm going to ask some question in the middle, you can join with typing different question if you can. We'd love to hear from you. Okay, just to start, before I start, I want you to think about one thing. Is the first question is to write down this. Please write it down. Who do you think that you are by nature? Like, what do you think of yourself by nature? And by now, by the present time, and what do you think you need to be in the future? Which means, what is your true potential? While I'm talking, think about it. Don't write down so yet, but think about it as I'm talking. In the next 5 minutes, if you feel you know who you are now and what you need to be in the next year, the next 2 years or 3 months, or whatever time you put for yourself, please write it down so you can share it with all of us. Who you think you are now and what is it that you need to be in the future, okay? So let's start. We are talking about the months of Taurus, the months of Iyar, Chodesh Tov Lekulam, Chodesh Tov to everybody. It's wonderful to have all of you with us in this home situation, which Deb and me will do whatever we can with our wonderful team to be able to share knowledge, information, and wisdom so our life can all get better. In the months of Taurus, well, first, all the months of Taurus, I want to wish you a happy birthday. You are wonderful people, don't forget it. Taurus are loyal. I know that sometimes people say Taurus can be stubborn. It's not that Taurus are stubborn. It's simply because Taurus sometimes are afraid of change. And when you're afraid of change, you become stubborn because you believe that wherever you are at that moment, that's the place that you need to be. Why bother with new problems that you're not familiar with? It's almost like a story about a spiritual leader of a village that people keep complaining to that leader that they have too many problems in this village. So the leader decided to do something very wise. He told people to write on a piece of paper what type of problem they have. And they all did it. They respect this spiritual leader. And it was Friday morning. Everybody arrived to the place where the marketplace in the village. And it was a big bucket. And the spiritual leader say, everybody take the piece of paper with all the complaint you have and put it back into that bucket. And everybody did so. 10 minutes later, the spiritual leader say, now go pick up somebody else's problem, whatever piece of paper you're gonna have, that's the type of problem you're gonna end up with. You know what happened? Everybody panicked and started searching for their own problem. Nobody wants somebody else's problem. So when we talk about the fear of change, you know, we're afraid of change because we're afraid that we might lose something. But I always say, and there is a sign in my house, those of you who have been here, that say, do not be afraid of change, be afraid of not changing. Those of you who know Deb and me, we are always searching for more and more approval and more to improve ourselves, to transform ourselves, to change ourselves physically, to change ourselves location, to change ourselves spiritually, whatever we can do to make some change that will improve our life. The month of Taurus is a unique month, like the people of Taurus. The people of Taurus, as you all know, can be stubborn because they're afraid of change, as I say. If you have children who are Taurus, they might start a little bit slow. They're not going to develop themselves right away fast like other kids. Don't worry about it. They just take their time. They master themselves in every area. So they will master themselves in a certain area and then move on to the next area. They get sometimes too comfortable, they get sometimes too lazy. And because once they found laziness and comfort, they realize that the entire life is on one thing. Why we work, why we make money, why we do what we do, so we can get comfortable. It's not a lie, but sometimes they become addicted to that comfort zone For that reason, they can gain weight. For that reason, they can suffer from depression, because they're not willing to make the jump out of bed, or the jump out of the food, or the jump out whatever give them comfort. So if you have kids who are Taurus, try to help them to move their body a little bit, and try to help them to understand that being comfortable is a wonderful goal, but it cannot become the tools as well. It can become the goal, but not the tool. The tools is to do something with your body, to do something with your mind, to do something with your words, to do something with work. Now, so the basic personality, they're very loyal, you know. When it's come to love life, it's very important for them that love will be secure, that love will be taken serious. When Taurus sense that their love life is not secure, they not only panic, but they kind of disrespect that person who causing them that feeling of insecurity, and because of that, they either leave or they either cheat. Yes, I say cheat. I know that's not proper to say it about the sign, but a lot of Taurus, like Cancer, you know, that's known to be the common cheater. And they don't cheat in Gemini. They don't cheat because they're bad people. They cheat because they gave up on love. And when they give up on love, it's simply because they say, okay, there's no point anymore. I try everything. I try to give everything, and it seems like there is no love in the world. So what's the point of life? Just to be there, let me find a different partner. That's where it's come from. When it comes to the family, you know, they're very much caring for the children, very much caring for the husband, the wife, their surrounding, their family is very important ground for them. When it's come to their business, of course, they want a business that make fast money so they can rest and they can relax. So they choose something that has a logical way of making money. They need to have money because money for them is almost like spiritual, or I shouldn't say spiritual, maybe emotional security that they need. So this is how the Taurus go. Now, when we look at the color, the reason my son asked me why am I wearing green, I said that's the color, light green is the color of Taurus. This is the color, emerald, a beautiful emerald. We know emerald can grow up in Zambia, Brazil, or Russia, those of you familiar with stone. So there is a different color, you know, every country produces a different color. I'm talking about the one from Zambia, the one which is a little bit more lighter. So it's very, very beautiful. And the green stone, that's their stone, you know, green color, light green, which is by the Hindu, that's a heart chakra. So for them, emotion is very important. Don't forget, the planet that controls this month is Venus. Venus is by the Greek mythology, is the god of love. By the Kabbalist understanding, Venus is called Noga. Noga, it's called Noga lo saviv, Noga surrounding you. Noga means like a beautiful haze of light that's surrounding you. It means that in this month, you have choices. You have two choices because it can go negative or it can go positive. It's almost like the tree of knowledge, good and bad. That's what the planet that controls this month. So you can turn this month to become amazing, positive, or, God forbid, negative. But the choice is yours if you're going to act on things that are not working, and you should. Soon I'm going to tell you about what's coming from astrological point of view, and then you will choose whatever you want to do. Now, when we look at the countries that are basically Taurus country, if you want to know, Ireland, those of you like Irish cream, Ireland, Switzerland, Iran, Cyprus, the Greek island, Parma, and Capri. Now, the city that connect to the month of Taurus, Dublin, I'm trying to say it right, but I don't know if I can say it. Palermo, I don't know if it's Palermo in Argentina, Palermo, another city that I never saw the name before, Leipzig. Leipzig, do you ever have Leipzig? I never been in Leipzig, sorry. And St. Louis. St. Louis, we're all familiar with. The food that connect to them actually is this asparagus and artichoke, which is kind of really, I mean, so if you are Taurus and you like this food, makes sense. The gemstone that connect to you is emerald, a little bit expensive. So if you marry to a cheap husband, I don't think he's gonna buy you an emerald. It can be even more expensive than diamond. But it's a very precious stone by Kabbalah that they say whoever wear this stone, it can cure disease. It's very, very powerful. Very, very powerful. So just to understand it. Now, when I talk about Taurus, whatever you have a rising Taurus, or whatever you have moon in Taurus, or you are Taurus, it's very powerful, very powerful sign. And you know, today I happened to be on the radio show earlier, and they asked me a little bit about astrological point of view, and I explained that, you know, when we talk about Venus, we are talking about from the book of formation, from Abraham, when he explained exactly what is the Venus. He talked about what is Venus, what is the planet Venus, and how it's affecting us. You need to know that Venus affecting our love life, but also affect our money. For that reason, Taurus are always going to have a beautiful, they're born beautiful. They always have been beautiful. I know some of you, if you're Taurus, you judge yourself, you gain weight. You know, you love to eat. What can you do? You're Venus. You love to eat good food, good chocolate. You love to wear a nice coat and all this and that. You love the beautiful things of life, the best dessert, the best food, the best dishes. You have a great taste. Of course, I mean, you don't have a stop sign when it comes to food, because this is Venus. This is all about joy. I would like to ask you to write. I didn't see anybody write what is that they want to be. So this is part of the thing. Get out of your laziness. It's a month of Taurus, and write down who you think you are now and what is that you want to be in the future. And there is no wrong or right. I just need you to write it down. It's very important that you write it down so we all can see that and bless you. That this month will bless you with all the opportunity that you're looking for. Just go ahead and type. If you don't know how to type, just text Debbie and she will help you how to type it on the Zoom, so we can make sure that you get the blessing that you need. And I'm continuing. Now, when we are talking about the month of Taurus, so the month of Iyar, and the month of Iyar is Ani Hashem Rofecha, I am God, your healer, meaning that all the healing comes from God. Sometimes when a person going through a tough time with the body or with the health, like a lot of people are going through right now, unfortunately, it's something to think about why. And we need to know that God is causing everything, the good and the bad. Whatever seems bad is not exactly bad, as you already read in my book, The Laughing Billionaire. You know, it's just wrapped differently. It's the same, good and bad is the same. It's just wrapped differently, different paper. So we gotta find the good within everything. Whatever you're going through right now, there is a blessing in it. And that's, thank you. And that's my next question to you. What is good for you right now? You are now home. You are working less, you're doing different things, or maybe you're working more. What do you find good about this time? What is good for you about this time? I want you also to write it down. You know, there's no right and wrong, and we're not going to read it right now. But by you writing it down, just think about it as a sharing. By you writing it down what's good about this time for you, it's actually motivate us to learn from you something. So don't be shy to write it down. Yes. Now, so this month, moving slowly. You will feel like things are moving much slower than Aries. In Aries, the bad and the good moving so fast. In Taurus, ooh, there is a stop sign. Let's wait a minute. Let's understand what's just going on. Now remember, the idea, if I'm looking at the chart of what's coming, that's what I'm going to read to you fresh. What's happening now, you know, and I'm going to start from today day. It's beautiful. Debbie prepared for me before April 23rd, which is today. I think it is today, right? Mm-hmm. So basically the sun is in Taurus, the moon is in Taurus. And what we're seeing the chart wanted to go to a change. Now, remember, the chart is scientific. Many people try to take the chart and turn it into something like, wow, it's a magic, it's a psychic, but it's because there is not enough knowledge out there. But what you do with the chart is basically scientific. The planets are moving in the same thing. People already know what's going to happen in the next 100 years, where each planet will be. So there is no future telling there. It's just basically how is that chart will affecting me. So because we have the 3 planets that start right away in the 11th house, and the 11th house belong to Aquarius, and Aquarius belong to revolution. The universe is required from us to create revolution. Revolution at work, revolution at love life, revolution in everything. Now, people already told me that I say on Rosh Hashanah that it will be a rough time in the beginning of the year, between January to March. And then I say, and somebody reminded me today, then I say May will be actually more difficult. And people were a little bit upset with me that I say that. And those of you who know me, when I say something, I don't take it back, but maybe I need to polish it a little bit. What do I mean by that? So the idea is that there is a lot of planets that will go to retrograde in this month. And I'm sorry for the bad news. I'm so sorry. And you're going to feel it in May. It's not actually this month. It's in May. It's in 2 weeks. And the first one is going to retrograde is Pluto. Pluto is Keter in Kabbalah. Keter means the crown. And it's in charge of your mind. And it's in charge of resurrection and death. Okay? Meaning killing the old and giving birth to the new. That's what Pluto is in charge. Just think about it. So because our mind is, Pluto is the Keter, is the mind, it's basically will receive all kind of things that are going to go into your mind. Not right now. I'm talking about the beginning of May. As May begin, your mind will start spinning different idea, different concept. Later, after that, Saturn, May 12th, Saturn will go to retrograde. And remember, till May 12th, you have a chance to do some change with your life. But you got to make that change. If you are holding back to whatever was in the past and you think this is supposed to work, I will tell you what Albert Einstein said. If you do the same thing you did yesterday and you're expecting a different life, you are, I don't know what he said, but you're an idiot. And you got to be smarter than that. You got to change. Things has to change. I got to do something different. I got to talk different. I got to walk different. I got to pray different. I got to meditate different. I got to be different. Now, this month is difficult because these months don't like change. Remember what I said before. And because these months don't like change and you try to change, you and your month and the months will go a little bit against each other. So what do we do? What is the solution? If the months disagree with me, I disagree with the months, what am I supposed to be doing? Well, I'm supposed to start using my mind. Mind means meditation. And for that reason, I'm going to do meditation with you in about 10, 15 minutes. And then I will let you ask me some question if you have any question, so you know where it's going. So remember, the next 30 days depends a lot on your mind. Now, if you want to know what happened with the virus and the corona, we already spoke about it. I said that it's not even a planet, it's a meteor next to Saturn, large one called Chiron, is basically the god of the cure and disease, and basically that meteor helping us to get better. But it doesn't mean that the corona is the problem, and by the corona go is the solution. Try to think of the corona as a dentist that tried to work on a root canal. So much pain, right? It's killing you, the pain, killing you. Now, do you want the doctor to stop? Or do you want the doctor to continue? Now, we don't know what to answer. It doesn't use any anesthesia, and I'm in pain. I don't like what it does. But I know it will gonna get me back to life and back to a better life after I work on my gum or my tooth or whatever problem I have there. That disease, from astrological point of view, I'm not a prophet here, I'm just here to read to you scientific astrological chart, mean that there is a bigger problem than the disease. It's hidden, we cannot see it. So the problem, there is a problem, I don't know what the problem is, but we're going to find out eventually. Second chapter, according to astrological chart, there is a problem with humanity, meaning we are not getting along very well. We are knowing it. The people who believe in global warming hate the people who don't believe in global warming. The people who believe going green hate the people who don't believe in going green. There is an animosity, there is hatred. And you can hate the people that you call them wrong, because the universe can fix itself. The universe can fix itself 100%. What cannot fix itself, the only part of this universe that has free will is the human being. And the human being right now have a disease. And the disease is from before the corona called social distances. Funny, right? We have a social distance disease. We don't like to be with each other, and we are with each other. It's either for business, or either for exchange of idea, and then I go home. And we call it social. I was sitting one time with a person, and I'm not always too comfortable like this to people, and we sit in a restaurant, and a thought came to my mind, and because I felt very close to him, I shared it with him. He thought I'm crazy, but he loved the idea. I said to him, listen, we are sitting in a restaurant. We look so sophisticated. We wear suits. They're serving us some vegetables. Then they serve us some drink. And then they have a piece of the cow on our plate. And of course, we have to end up the evening with a chocolate mousse with some espresso. Now let's try to imagine, I told him, and he started laughing, that behind this wall where we're sitting, there is a cow. Next to it, there's vegetables. Next to it, there is a coffee bean they take from the field. Next to it, they're making the chocolate mousse. I'm talking about one step before the kitchen, if you understand what I'm saying. So if you can able to see all of it, how elegant you look at yourself when you're cutting that meat. You're basically cutting a cow. How elegant you feel when you're drinking that espresso. Basically, you take a vegetable from the field. We're not connected to the roots of things. We're connected to the result. And we only want to connect to result. We don't want to know nothing from nothing, only what can give me the benefit for me. No, it cannot continue. The universe say, no, I need you to fall in love. I need you to be in love. I need you to start love people. Love human being. You gotta love people. Love the people who disagree with you. Love the people who are not going your way. Because if you can't do that, that's been the cell that call humanity, 7.2 billion cell, which each one of them is a human being, are interconnect with each other into one human being. What we call in Kabbalah, Adam. This is the original Adam and Eve are built from 7.2 billion people. What happened to us? If we are one body and one soul, we don't talk to each other. We don't like each other. Can you ever hear the pinky finger of the right hand fighting with the pinky finger of the left hand? I hate you. I don't like you. I don't like you too. Let's go to war. We're different language. We're from different side. What happened to us? How far can we be from each other? So now the universe sent us a blessing. And the blessing is to truly understand what is social distance feel like physically. So we can slowly miss it. Build a desire for love. Build a desire to be together. Build a desire to fall in love with everything around us. It's not about the global warming. It's not about going green. It's not about saving the dolphin. It's not about saving the cat and the dog. That's wonderful. That's good. That's part of the job. It's not the job. Saving human being, humanity, that we can be with each other. We can be with each other. Before I had a dog, 1 year ago, I didn't have a dog. So every time I see commercial for dog, I used to get angry. People are raising money for dogs. And I used to say, what a stupid idea. There's people who are hungry for food and they're raising money for dog. Would I tell you that I'm okay with it now? No, I'm not. I have a dog. It's a wonderful dog. I mean, I still don't get the unconditional love thing. He only loves me when I give him food. Maybe my dog is a weird dog. Maybe he's selfish like me or like other dog. But I don't get the idea. People put on a pedestal the dog, the cat, the birds. Stop. Human being. Human being. Take a human being that you can't stand and put them there. So, oh my God, this human being is so negative, but I'm going to find something good about them because that's your body, that's your soul. When you hate your body gets sick. If you hate another person, then it's affecting your body and your soul. In the month of Taurus, we can cure it. We can cure that. And by May 12th, the shift can happen if we do it right. Why? Because in May 12th, Saturn will go into retrograde after Pluto. Saturn is the punisher and the reward. It can go either way. So Saturn can reward you after you did a great work from today till May 12th. You did a great work. Saturn will start giving gift and gift and gift and gift as much as you want. Or Saturn will say, hey, listen, you were here, Eliyahu, you heard the lecture. It was so simple to understand. Why didn't you make some change? Make some change. Love people more. And then Saturn will reward you with a great gift in all area. In love area, in business area, and everything. There's enough money for everybody in the world. There is enough food. There is enough love. Just understand that we need to do the work to move on. And what is the work? Let me repeat it again. Is to look in the good of human being. We have to find good in humanity. And then the universe automatically will start changing things for us. After that, of course, a lot of planets will go into retrograde, about 6 of them. Retrograde means that things are going back. So if Mercury going back, that means we have to deal with communication. With the area of communication we did with Neptune go back, we have to deal with our mystical power that didn't come to expression. So we cannot just think about ourselves, how can I become a star? I have to think, if I want to become a star, who do I help? Who do I fall in love with? So if you want to become a teacher like you wrote, a healer, or whatever you want to become, who are you going to love? Practice your love first, and then you can move to the next thing. Now, I'm going to go into another level of Kabbalistic understanding, and I'm reading from Bnei Yisachar. The letter that connects to this month is Yud K K Vav. We know that every month there is a different tetragrammaton, a different name of God. It's go by order, normally Yud K Vav K. That's the original one, and then it changed. So this month is Yud K K Vav. Come from the verse Italela mitalela sechel veyadua. Basically, when you take the initial, you have Yud K K Vav, which means it's connect the Malchut and Bina. Those of you who study Kabbalah for a while, it's connect the physical kingdom and the spiritual kingdom together. That's what happened in this month. Now, and the letter that connects to this month, it's called Pei and Vav in Hebrew, which Pei is standing for Venus, Noga, and Vav is connected to the month of Taurus. If you look at these 2 letters, if it's written in a proper way, you're going to see that inside the paper you see the letter Bet. And if you look at the letter Bet, you have Bet and Vav, and together you have Bore. You have Bore being creator. You are creating this month. This month is up to you to become the creator. But also you can read, if you leave it as you can be Rofe, mean a doctor or a healer. So this month, most healers, most doctors born in the month of Taurus, because that's the month of healing. Question is why? Why this month? So you write like this. In this month, the stomach and the gallbladder is releasing all the poison from your body in this month. So people tend to get sick, physical sick. So don't worry if you get fever, if you get sick, suddenly don't hate yourself. You not get a corona. Could be your body is releasing all the negativity for the whole year. Okay, so if you got fever, it's very normal for this season, for this physical season also. And also for the month of Taurus, it's a releasing time. Why? Why? Because that's what you write. all the disease, על פי הרוב באים מן מאכלים. They come from food you're eating. שאינם לפי מזג האדם. Because they're not according to your type of body. So if you eat food which is not according to your type of body, unfortunately, the body will reject it. So if the whole year you ate the wrong food, in the month of Taurus, it's a setting up of your stomach. It's a setting up of the gallbladder. What is exactly the gallbladder in the body? What does it represent? It's next to the liver. Gallbladder in Hebrew, it's called kis amara, the pocket of bitterness, meaning the ability to forgive people will help the kis amara, will help the gallbladder to releasing things. Now, if you think about it, some people don't have a gallbladder. Either they overuse the gallbladder, meaning they couldn't forgive people, or they no longer need to forgive people because they're doing a great job. They would know what the answer for that is. Now, why this month, why specifically this month, we are experiencing the healing power? I tell you why. In this month, if you remember the story from the Bible, the manna came from heaven to make sure that the Israelites, as they walk in the desert, will eat food of an angel. Because the manna is not a food of human being, it's a food that angels eating. What is the manna? It's something which is not even physical. It looks physical, it feels physical. When you eat it, it feels like you're eating something, but whatever it tastes like is whatever you're thinking about, or I should say the other way around. Whatever you're thinking about, that will be the flavoring of the manna. So if you think about vanilla ice cream, absolutely vanilla ice cream. So for that reason, no coincidence that Pluto going to retrograde in this month, so be careful, because it's the mind. What are you going to think about? That's what's going to happen. So please, please, force yourself to look into some good things, so it will come to you. It's such an opportunity if you think about it. Now, what the manna did, it went into the Israelite body, and by going to the Israelite body, it cleaned the stomach, it cleaned the body from all the negativity, and they never got sick. The body never aged when you eat this type of food. When a person eats regular solid food, what happened, the food that we are eating is have good and bad. Since the tree of knowledge, if you read the Bible in Genesis, the tree of knowledge has good and bad. So in everything in our universe is good and bad. The bad is good and the good is bad. When you eat the food, when you're chewing the food, you are sifting. The word is sifting, biurin, the good from the bad. The bad going to the bathroom, of course, and the good's going to your bloodstream. And if you have enough good in your food, it's the bloodstream where you get to the liver supplied to the heart supplied to the brain. And what happened then, your brain is more clear, it's less foggy, it's perfect. The heart is more happy, and the liver can function better. For that reason, a lot of time when you eat the wrong food, you become angry, okay? Why? Because the liver in charge of anger, the gallbladder in charge of sadness. So you have to be careful also what you're eating. If you make it very difficult for the liver and the gallbladder to function, that means it's going to affect your mood eventually. Everything physical and spiritual work together. Meteor, no, the Chiron, the planet Chiron, what they call planet Chiron, it's not a planet. It's like a stone. It's like a large stone. You can read about it. So meteor is in the sky next to Saturn, and basically it's affecting the disease and healing. Right now, Chiron is in Aries, so it's a cycle of life, and for that reason we're experiencing that disease. So how do we know it's good for us? We know it's good for us because it's usually Chiron come to cure, to heal something which is not working. So that's how we know it's good for us. Again, it's scientific, it's not even psychic or something like that. But anyway, now, fighting doubts in this month is the best time. Why? Because the time that God told the Israelites to go fight the nation of the Amalek representing not just a nation, it's representing the inner doubts you have from within. When you can't believe, when you don't have certainty, when you're losing faith in everything you have, which it is look like really bad right now for everybody. It's almost like a global doubts in the community of people. So God chose this month to fight the inner demon. So that means there is a window that opened for lifetime. In this month, if you have an inner demon you want to fight, tonight will be a good day to start, and we can do the best we can to help you. By the way, coincidentally, or not coincidence, May 12 is also the death anniversary of the person who wrote the Zohar. You know, it's May 12, no coincidence. And usually we stay awake all night and we study. Hopefully we can fix the video here so you can be with us and we can give you some lecture from Tikkun Zohar and Zohar. And it's written, whoever is happy at that day for 24 hours, there is a lot of rewarding. You're going to get a lot of reward for that because the righteous named Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai opened the gate of heaven to everybody who want to cross to the next level. But of course, you have to respect the day. Usually I wear special shoes, special clothes, play some music, I eat a certain food. So I make it like a holiday. I'm not making it like another day. So that will be on May 11 at night. So May 11 at night. So we stay for May 11 at night till the morning. What could be better than that? And begging Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai for miracle. And I believe in that Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai was one of the 5 people that survived a plague. I don't know if you know, in the time of Rabbi Akiva, his teacher, has 24,000 students. They all died from the plague, and 5 students last. One of them was Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, of course Rabbi Meir Balanez, Abba Chalafta, and all the other 2. And that's mean that he owned the key for the cure. And I highly recommend in May 11 to stay awake and asking for Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai to help us with that cure, not just cure the disease, which the reason we want to cure the disease because we want to stop death, and then we can free will to do it on our own, to be friend with other people, not because we are afraid we're going to be friend with our neighbor. It's because we are in love, we want to be friend with our neighbor. Because if you will be afraid for your life, of course you're going to be friendly with your neighbor, but it's not going to be real. So we have to, hopefully by May 11, May 12, all these things will go away with the help of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. You know, the righteous can help us from above like an angel to lift us to the next level. What I want you to write down now is, and this before we go into meditation, what is the best thing that happened to you when you were young? What is the best thing that happened to you when you were young? The reason you're writing it down, because by you writing it down, the positive thing, you're activating a certain energy that influences the world. Right now, just by writing it down, you are influencing the world with positive thing. What is the best thing that happened to me? Then you stop and think about it. When your mind stops and thinking about something positive and searching for it, your energy is radiating. Thank you. So the energy is radiating from one place to another. So just write it down and don't be shy. If you feel you already wrote it, you don't have to be the teacher of others. I'm sorry to tell you this. Just write it down. And there's no right and wrong on repeating yourself. Just write down the best thing that ever happened to you when you were a kid, before we're going into the meditation. The sound of the meditation is unique. If you're familiar with a certain frequency of the sound, so the sound will affect your heart in a positive way. It will basically open your heart for receiving love. And we need to do that in this month, because this month is a light green, like emerald. So the light green is controlling this area, the chest area. Now, for women, you need to learn in this month to receive. Okay, you need to learn to receive, and it's not to receive because you're selfish, you receive because you want to give the universe opportunity to give. For men, you have to learn to give from the heart in this month. So in this month, men are busy giving and women are busy receiving. It's not about men and women, it's more about what happened in the upper world. In the upper world, there is what we call the Tetragrammaton and Adonai. And Adonai, which is the female name, is the receiving energy. And the Tetragrammaton, the Yud Kevavke, is the giving energy. So we represent different forces. So if you're born as a man, you're giving energy in this month, specifically this month, and the color will be green. I will guide you to the meditation in a few minutes. Make sure you don't forget to write to us all the wonderful things that happened to you when you were a kid, so we can get fascinated by you. So find a way where you can sit, relax, and listen. You can lie down with your pajama, you can fall asleep if you want, whatever you want, it doesn't matter. It matters that we find love in our heart, because really that's the goal, that's the mission, that's the goal. And it's okay if you get angry, if you get upset, if you judge. Don't hate yourself. It's normal. We're human beings. We're not angel. We have free will. So just work on yourself. And it's no perfect way to do something which is supposed to be perfect. No perfect way to do something perfect. Remember that. Okay? So just sit down, relax. And I will put a certain melody with a frequency that basically opening the heart. And what I would like to ask you to do is just focus on your breathing. There is no right breathing or wrong breathing. So please don't be busy with breathing right or breathing wrong. Just breathe. And you do it normally. That's how you stay alive. Now the other thing is there is two ways to do the meditation. Either when your hand touching each other or either when your hand away from each other. Both ways are correct. There's no wrong way. It's just every style doing different thing. But today is so general that it doesn't matter how you do it. One of the things you need to focus on is your eyes. Your eyes have to look a little bit up, not the chin. The chin stay in the same location. Just the eye go up a little bit to the horizon. You're looking up a little bit. The chin stay here. And when you're ready, just make sure you close your eyes and you start focus on your breathing. That's all what you gotta do before I put the melody, before I opening your heart for that. Okay? Just focus on your breathing. Let me get going here and get you the frequency and vibration. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. I can feel your wonderful energy. Such a beautiful energy. It's putting a big smile on your face. What a big smile, I can see it. Can you see you smiling? That's a most beautiful smile. Great. What I want you to see now with your mind, I want you to, with your eyes closed, to look at your feet while you are standing. Just look at your feet while you're standing. In your mind, of course. We're still in meditation. Then I want you to see yourself walking in the forest. Please walk. You're experiencing beautiful trees around you. The sunlight is breaking through the branches and the leaves. You can hear your footstep as you're stepping on some old branch that makes some noise. You're searching for something. You don't know what it is, but you know you're missing it. You're feeling something, but you don't know what to feel, but you know you need to feel it. I want you to find a place within the forest where you feel comfortable. And I want you to sit on the ground and look up. Look up to that powerful trees. So beautiful, so powerful. And I want you to be able to hear the wind whispering your name. I want you to be able to feel the wind. I want you to be able to see the leaves moving and whispering your name. And then they say to you, I love you. I'm surrounding you with love. We are here to help you finding what you're looking for. We are here to make your mind clear. As you're sitting there among those beautiful trees, tall trees, who love you so much. Close your eyes as you're sitting there. Allow for whatever you're looking for to be whispering into your ears. In this moment, you notice that there is a flower not too far away from you. I want you to walk toward that flower. Look at it. Beautiful flower. It's made of rings of colors. The outside layer is red. Then there is a ring of orange, pink, green, light blue, blue, and then exactly in the middle, purple, with one dot of white. Beautiful flower. Look at that flower. And you can see, as you look at the flower and tell the flower how much you love the flower and how good the flowers smell. You can actually feel the taste through the smell of that flower, so unique. How much love that flower needs. And more you love it, and more you talk to it, and more you compliment it, more beautiful the flower becomes. I want you to look at your feet again. And slowly, slowly walk back away from the forest. Find a place where there is no trees. You can see the light blue sky. You have a little dirt, little ground, very healthy ground. And I want you to take one of the branch that you find on the floor and write down a name of a person in your life that need as much as love as that flower need. And promise yourself that in this month, you're going to give that person love through words, through gift, through letters, through text, through email, whatever it takes to make that person, that flower, blossom. I want you to inhale and exhale 3 times, and then slowly open your eyes. I hope you guys enjoyed the meditation and the information and the lecture that I shared with you, and hopefully it's find you well as it prepare you for the next 30 days. And hopefully we're all gonna join together to make this universe a better place to be. I know I can count on you, and hopefully you can count on me as well, that we can build this digital community, that it will never stop, no matter what happens. So we can give back. And to remind you, we start working with the first responder. We're raising money by using, I think it's called the Jewish Federation, right? The Jewish Federation. We're working with the Jewish Federation to raise money for them, to give to the first responder, hospital, police people, you know, and also for family who cannot afford having food in this time. So we are still small, but we are helping a large organization together with them to reach out to more people, so we can do a good thing. So we're raising money for them. Those of you who want to help with that, of course, welcome to help. If there is any question that you want to ask, I'm very open for the question. Right now we have 5 minutes or so, and I'm still high from the meditation, so forgive me if I'm not landing yet. I'm coming. When I meditate, usually I go to other places, so and usually when I meditate is for a long time, so I forget myself. So that was short but nice. And a lot of students ask me if I can do meditation on the web, so they've been working on it. We released the first one today. It's not yet available, so we're going to do a series of meditation of 15 minutes meditation, so you guys can go ahead and enjoy. And anything that we can do for the world and you think we didn't do yet, please don't be shy to challenge us so we can do it. If we can afford to do it, we will, you know. So we are here for you. We are here to help. We are here to guide. We are here to teach. Whatever else we can do more, let us do it. Let us do it. You know, we want to see things better for everybody. Yes, it's very important. Okay, so this Saturday is basically the beginning of the month of Taurus. So it's starting tonight, but actually it's only the 30th degree of the moon of Taurus. The first degree really starts on Saturday morning. It doesn't start on tomorrow. It does start tomorrow, but tomorrow is like the seed, is the beginning. The true essence of the month of Taurus starts on Saturday morning. So Saturday morning, that's when the energy are coming into blossom. And you know, we have a street every Saturday. We do 1 hour. We have community. We build a street community that everybody. Today it was a bagel street community that the neighbor has a bar mitzvah, so they share bagel with everybody. The nicest family you're ever going to meet in your life, and they are. So we saw Atzala. Atzala is like an ambulance arrive. We were worried something bad happened. It was actually one of their friends. It was funny to watch. So the son has bar mitzvah, and they're wonderful people. We just so blessed to be surrounded by just angels that around us. So Saturday we're gonna do again, but of course it's social distance, so it's not easy to come and be part of it because you have to be far away from each other. So usually we read the Torah in my balcony and we read it to everybody. This Saturday, because it's bar mitzvah, they read it from their balcony and then everybody joined them. So every time we're changing. So we learn to work together. And I have to say, it's embarrassing. Like, I didn't know the neighbors very well until now. It's embarrassing to say it, but it's true. It's almost like this thing. I mean, what it did for me, I can tell you what it did for me. I started knowing my neighbors. Didn't know my neighbor that well. I'm finding myself getting wine for them and food, and they get me food. And what's going on? And I really enjoy it. It's like, it's warming my heart that we can do that. Hopefully, it can stay this way. That's what I'm, you know, yeah. More question? Okay, people, thank you so much for joining me. I want to wish you Chodesh Tov. Stay healthy, stay safe, and soon, just give it a little bit more time. I know you're impatient when it's going to be over, and it is a time that's supposed to be like that, so we can learn lessons for the future. Thank you. I love you very much, and I'm sending my love to you, and hopefully all of us will find this flower that we can make this flower blossom. Amen.